لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك. Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. So I had the opportunity to perform Umrah during Ramadan, and this is me just sharing my experience. I arrived at the Jeddah airport and I headed up straight to my hotel. I had pending emails when I arrived at my hotel, so I quickly got to attending to those emails before I even showed you around my room. Because my leave did not start up until the next day, so I had to really respond to those emails. Yeah, so this is my room and what it looked like in Jeddah. I think the name of the hotel in Jeddah is AY Express. This is the next morning. I was waiting for my Uber that would take me all the way to Mecca, which was around maybe 40 minutes to 1 hour drive. And this is me just enjoying the scenery all the way up until we got to Mecca. At this point, you're already approaching Mecca. I had got into my hotel. And this is me in the lift going all the way to my room. I think I was on the 8th or 9th floor. I can't remember, but it was quite a big hotel where I met all the pilgrims who were basically in Mecca to also perform the pilgrimage. I still had to go out that day because I was fasting. I still had to go out that day to get iftar and then head straight to Haram for iftar and maghrib. I got some fruits and I think I also got some snacks because I know I was going to get tea when I got to Haram. This is me when I got to Haram. Found the spot. The next morning we headed to Aisha Mosque where the rites for Umrah began. So for female, you head to the Aisha Mosque, you perform some rakah, then headed back to Haram, and I started the Umrah rites. From on here, I can't remember everything I did, but yes, please enjoy the views. Yeah. So when you're done with your rite, you're supposed to go back to your room and cut a bit of your hair. That is when I went back to my room. I went back out again. After I prayed Isha, I was out on the streets of Mecca up until it was time for sahur. I got coffee and some pastries from Starbucks, not too far from my hotel and not too far from Haram. The next day I headed up all the way to Medina. I went to the train station to take the train. It was such a beautiful train station. I mean, look at it. It felt like an entire airport to me, right? So this is me heading to my coach. I found my coach, found my seats. They were even charging spots, and then we headed up all the way to Medina. I arrived in Medina, this border, and I got to find my taxi because there was someone waiting for me already. Yeah, this is me just taking a selfie. We headed to some important sites where the Prophet had performed some rites during his lifetime to also do the same. And this is my guide just showing me everywhere and everything in Medina. It was such a beautiful experience, such a beautiful city. So this was my favorite part of visiting Medina, where I got to feed the birds. So you give the guys who sell the bird food, whatever it is, and you feed them. So this is my hotel in Medina. Went back to my hotel, freshened up, and I headed back to the mosque in Medina so I could observe some salat and also observe my iftar later that day during my time in Medina. So yeah, this was me trying to get into, I think after iftar you're supposed to get to some part of the mosque in Medina and there's supposed to be like a queue. This was the whole process of trying to get in. I got in. It was so beautiful. I mean, mashallah, I got to experience this. I'm grateful for the opportunity.